Hey guys, welcome back. I am so excited about today's video because I am going to try some new things that I picked up from ZeeSea Cosmetics. ZeeSea Cosmetics, if you are not familiar with them, this is the brand that did those amazing Alice in Wonderland palettes. They have beautiful, incredible packaging, and yeah, so if you're interested in seeing these products, seeing how they perform, stick around. We're gonna get started in just a second. Before we do, if you're new here, hi, I'm Annie. I am a 40-something lover of color who believes you can have fun with color at any age. If that sounds fun or interesting, if you'd like to see a little more color on your timeline, if you love color and indie makeup as much as I do and as much as I know my subscribers here do, I would love it if you would stick around and join us by subscribing. That said, I am not a trained makeup artist by any stretch of the imagination. I am just a person who really loves to play with and talk about makeup, especially indie brands, and has literally one person in her life who is at all willing to listen to her blather on. So thank you guys again so much for being here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this brand. Honestly, this brand I'm a little confused by at this point. So you may have seen my Alice in Wonderland first impression. I also did a swatch video where I swatched all the shadows from the two Alice in Wonderland palettes on my eyes. And I do actually have two more videos coming using those palettes, each of them on their own. And the packaging is incredible, which is why I purchased it. The quality is actually pretty darn good. I was very surprised at how good they were. I was not expecting them to behave as well as they did. But the thing I'm confused about is their marketing and stuff like that. So I first saw this brand on Facebook, and I saw the Alice in Wonderland palettes, and I was totally intrigued. And then they started popping up on my Instagram, and finally I just decided I was going to go for it, purchase them, even though I had never heard anything about this brand. Decided to dive in. I don't have any issues. I placed the order, they shipped out, they delivered very quickly. They're coming from China, and they are coming very fast, probably about 2 weeks from the time I ordered to the time they got to my door. Everything was perfect, everything was in perfect condition, and like I said, it performed way better than I expected. So I decided to pick up a few more things from the brand. I did shop directly from their website, and so I picked up 3 items from the British Museum. This is the Egypt collection, and this is also a British Museum item, but this is from, I believe, the Cupid's collection. So then I went to check to see if these were still on the website, and they are gone. The same thing happened with the Alice palettes. And then one of my subscribers here said that they do indeed have an AliExpress site, so I checked there. The Alice palettes are still there, and this stuff is all still there. So I'm not sure why they put things on their website and then take it away and only offer them on AliExpress. And I have since found out that they actually do have a Amazon website as well. And so I looked on there, and they do indeed have all of these items there as well. So I'm not sure why they do the things they do, basically. So that's what I'm confused about. It's weird, but it is not an American brand. It is not a European brand. It is a brand that comes out of China, and I don't know if they just have different practices there, a different culture around how they sell things or things like that. So I don't know, I'm confused. If you're interested at all in any of these products, you can find them on both Amazon, and you can also find them on their AliExpress site. I will leave both of those linked down below. Those are not affiliate links. They are just links directly to their storefronts on both of those platforms. So that said, let's talk a little bit about these products. From the Egyptian collection, I picked up 3 things. I picked up a lipstick, I picked up a pressed powder, and I picked up a palette. They do have several palettes in this collection. I want to say they have like 5 different palettes, maybe 4 different palettes in this collection. And I chose the one that spoke to me most based on color story. And then I did pick up a highlighter from their Cupid collection. I believe they had 2 shades of this. I don't really know which shade this is, honestly. Oh, it's maybe SO2 is I think what the shade is, because everything, as you can maybe see, I don't know, is not written in English. And I cannot read these kind of characters. So anyhow, let's go ahead and open up the eyeshadow palette first so you can get a look at it. This is what the outside packaging looks like. Now ZeeSea does have the most beautiful, beautiful packaging. So this is just gorgeous to me. And then when you open up the box, again, the package is really nice. The actual unicarton is really well done. And here is the palette itself. Again, absolutely beautiful. Matches the outer packaging just beautifully. This is raised, and I mean, it's just super pretty to look at. It is plastic, but it has got a nice weight to it. And then when you open it up, it's got a nice mirror up here, but how cute is this slip? I swear I'm going to keep this because it's adorable, and looking at it, it just makes me happy. And so it's got, you know, the plastic slip over the top. And then if you take that out, here is the color story here. I chose this one because it is the least neutral out of the bunch. Again, I have to say, just like I did with the Alice palettes, the color story is a little odd to me. Although this one makes a little more sense just because it looks like they have taken the colors out of this artwork here and put it inside the palette. So that makes a little bit more sense to me. This palette, I believe, is the, let's see, Fireworks 16 color eyeshadow. This is number 5. So yeah, I guess they do have 5 of these. And like I said, it is really, really, really pretty to look at. Next up, I'm just going to put this, well, I don't need to put that back in, do I? Next up, let's talk about the powder. Again, this outer packaging is so, so cute. This is the Refreshing Silky powder. I believe this came in a whopping 2 shades. Their shade range is Abysmal. They do have foundations as well, but again, they have 2 shades, so I decided to skip on those. And this is the compact itself. This, again, is so, so pretty. I just absolutely, I love it. I cannot get over how beautiful it is. And then when you open it up, again, you have a mirror, you have a little powder puff here, and it's got like this protective plastic thing on it. And this is what the powder looks like. I don't know if my camera will pick up the imprinting on this, but again, it is absolutely beautiful. Let's put this a little closer and see if it can focus. I don't know, can you see the imprinting on that? It is so pretty, and honestly, I'm a little bit like, I don't really want to mess it up because it's just so pretty. The last thing I got from the Egyptian collection is a lipstick. This is a luxury satin lipstick. I have mine in the shade 301. I swear these had names on the website. It was like Cleopatra or something like that, but they don't have them on these other sites. So this is, again, this is the component. It is so pretty with the Pharaoh there. Just absolutely gorgeous. And wait till you see the lipstick inside, you guys. How beautiful is that? Can you see the detail just on the bullet there? Can you see all of the like imprints on there? It is so, so pretty. It is almost, again, it's too pretty to use. I cannot believe how beautiful it is. So that's the lipstick. And then, like I said, I did pick up a powder from the Cupid collection. This is, I think, the shade, like I said, SO2. And again, the packaging is so cute. If I can get it out of the box. Super cute packaging. Very, very, you know, shiny and iridescent. And the inside is super cute as well. It's got a little mirror. And then I don't know if you can see Cupid there imprinted on the powder. It is so pretty, and I'm super excited to play with these. Again, I think that the website weirdness weirds me out a little bit. But again, I did not have any problems. This is the second order I've placed with ZeeSea, and it all arrived in perfect condition, arrived as promised. And so I'm not going to like call them out for shady business practices or anything like that. I think that just being not a, you know, a US based or a European based web or company, I think maybe they just have different business practices than we do. Okay, I think I've blathered on enough about this. I need to get some powder on my face because my face is very sticky and all the cat hair is sticking to it. I do, of course, have my base on, and I've got some liquid or cream products as well so that I at least have a little color in my face. So I guess let's go ahead and test this out. It makes me a little sad because, again, that imprint is so cute. So we're gonna use the puff that it came in it. I usually prefer to use a brush with my powder, but because this is the way it came, we're gonna go ahead and try it out. I am just going to kind of tap my little puff in the powder. I'm not seeing like a lot of kick up or anything like that. And we're just going to press it on. I don't expect this to like change the color of my foundation or anything like that because it is just a pressed kind of translucent powder. It does feel very nice on the skin. So this is why I don't like to use these kinds of things with my powders. I'm just going to show you here. And so I'm going to switch over to a brush. I have very, very oily skin. And so the oil transfers onto the puff. I don't know if you can see kind of how things are looking there. And then it transfers into the pan. And then my products don't work as well. So I'm going to switch to the brush that I usually use, which is my IT Cosmetics, just like big pointed kind of powder brush. And I'm going to go ahead and finish powdering my face like this. Okay, so now that my face is powdered, I do feel like it feels very nice on the skin. It feels soft. I still feel a little bit tacky. Let's go in with a little bit more. That's better. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's really nice. It didn't change the color of my foundation, anything like that. Obviously, I'll have to wait and see how this performs and see whether or not it actually like helps the longevity of my foundation or keeps me from getting like super duper oily or anything like that. But we're going to set that aside now because this is just, it's a powder. But it's a cute powder. Oh my gosh, I just like it just because it's pretty and I just want to look at it. I guess we're going to go in with the highlight now, or maybe we'll wait. I need to put some other products on my face, so I'm going to go and put the rest of my powder products on my face, my bronzer, my blush, and then we'll come back with the highlight, and then we'll dive into the eyeshadow palette. So I've gone ahead and applied all of my powder, blush, and all of that stuff. Let's go ahead in with this highlighter. So again, I mean, how cute is this packaging? It is so, so cute. I can't get over how adorable it is. And then that little Cupid is just too much for me. So again, I'm going to be sad here because I'm going to wreck Cupid. I'm just going to pick this up on my Kaleidos highlighting brush. And we are just going to kind of dip in here and get the cat hair off my brush because, you know, and apply that. That's really pretty. It's very subtle to kind of start out with, but very nice. It doesn't seem to be like super chunky or glittery or anything like that. So that's nice. And as far as the shade for me, I think it's okay. Well, I might have a little bit of cast, I'm telling you. I have such a hard time finding shades like this that don't leave a cast on me. I think it's really pretty. It's a very natural kind of glow from within kind of shade. I really like it. I'm happy with it. I do always, after I apply highlight, I always go in with a buffing brush, you know, a really loose kind of one, and just kind of buff over where it meets my blush. And just to make sure everything's kind of blended together. Okay, so eyeshadow. Ooh, I forgot to do swatches. This video is just going to be kind of all over there, you guys. It's like all over the place. I'm sorry. We are going to do some swatches of the eyeshadows. Yeah. Hold, please. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these, starting at the top row and going across and working my way down. So here are the swatches. This is not an empty spot. This is the third shade in the palette. It's pretty much the same color as my skin. This shade here is that really interesting kind of marbled looking shade. This one is that sparkly pink that's next to it, and it is like more of a topper shade. I will say that they don't swatch the best, but neither did the Alice in Wonderland palette when I just swatched them out on my own. So we'll have to see how they perform once we get them on the eyes. I'm going to turn the lights down so you can see them in a different lighting condition here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this eye look. I think what I want to do is kind of play around with the greens in here. So I want to use this green for sure, and I'll use this to deepen it up. And I haven't decided if I want to put, I think I want to put this on my lid. This is absolutely beautiful. And then I'm not sure what to do with these two because I really am intrigued by this shade. You should have seen the swatches already, and it's a very interesting shade, but it's not like super like dark or anything. So I'm not sure yet what I want to do there. I guess we'll just dive in and see what happens. So starting with this brighter green shade here, I am just going to pick that up on a fluffy brush. This is just the Luxie 205. I'm gonna take the thing off my mirror so I can actually use my mirror now. And we are just going to blend this through the crease. I hope these work like the Alice in Wonderland shadows do. I did, of course, already prime my eyes using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. That is what I always use. And we are just going to start blending, I suppose. Right off the bat, it is a very soft shadow. I don't know if you can see the kick up in the pan, focus. There is quite a bit of kick up in the pan. That doesn't bother me as long as at this point I don't get a whole lot of fallout on my face because I have done my base first, obviously. I am just going to blend that all around. I will say on my initial first application here, this doesn't seem to be blending quite as well as my Alice shadows, but they're not bad. So here is where I am so far. I'm going to say it's not bad. I still don't think it's as good as my Alice ones. These might be some that work better with natural hair brushes. I'm just going to take this kind of clean brush that is a natural hair brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend over where I already laid that product down and see if I can get it to scooch around a little bit, because I am noticing some spots that the pigment is sticking a little bit better than others. So we're just going to see if we can kind of move it around a little. All right, so yeah, I'm going to say that these shadows work better with natural hair brushes as opposed to synthetic. These seem to want to just move around a lot better with this brush than they did with my Luxie brush. So there's that to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and add the next shade. I'm going to use this dark shade here, and I'm going to pick it up on a natural hair brush to see if there is a difference, if I can find the brush that I'm looking for. Maybe. There it is. I'm going to choose this smaller brush. This is the Morphe M456 because I think I'm going to go for like a halo eye here. Wasn't what I was originally going for, but hey. And we're going to go ahead and pack this here on the outer portion of the eye to start. And then start to blend it into that lighter green. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that not Luxie brush, that Morphe brush, the M441 that I used, the natural hair one, and we're just going to make sure that all of this is blended together. All right, I think I'm okay with where that is right now. I think it's not bad. I'm gonna say that like off the bat, I really do think that I like the formula of the mattes in the Alice palette so far just a little bit better. Of course, I have only used 2 of these, so got a long way to go to make up my mind, but on my initial first impression, I think I like that formula better. This one is not the worst formula I've ever used, but it's, I would say, definitely not, you know, the best either. So there's that. And these are not super cheap palettes. You can get them cheaper than I did now because, again, no longer available on the website. You can pick them up on AliExpress or Amazon. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about shimmers. I really want to use this green shimmer. It's a weird hybrid, it feels like, at least to me, between a pressed glitter and a like metallic shadow. So I'm gonna of course pick that up on my NYX Glitter Primer. So we're going to pop this here in the center. I am not being too precise with this shape. I tend to, just because of the way my eyes are shaped with the funky, you know, hooded part there, especially because of my age and they tend to be a little bit droopy, I find that like a really structured like spotlight eye does not work on me because my eyelids droop in weird places. All right, so now that I've got that on, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this sparkly green shade right here. And I am going to put that, okay, that is really beautiful. Holy cow. That is so pretty. I'm just kind of tapping it here. Yeah, that I would definitely say that's like a mixture between a glitter, because there's definitely some big chunky glitter particles in there. Okay, this is a weird shape. Definitely a mixture between glitter and like a metallic shadow, because there's definitely a metallic shadow base, but there is a lot of glitter in here. I'm just gonna blend this edge here because it got a little out of control and crazy. And then we're going to take that brush that I used with the dark green and I'm going to just kind of tap it over the edges here. I'm going to pick a little bit more of that dark green up because I'm having a little trouble getting those two shadows to blend into each other. That glittery shade is so pretty. Oh my gosh, that is really pretty. But again, there's some glitter. Definitely glitter. Definitely glitter in there. All right, we are going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. I'm kind of blown away by that shadow. I think that one is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then just, I don't know that that's even going to make a difference. I was going to say just for fun, I was going to see about picking up some of this. This is interesting. It's a little duochrome. It's got like a pink shift to it, but it's also, if you look at it in the right light, got a green shift. So it's, I'm just going to swatch it out on my fingers so you can see it a little bit better than you could in the swatches. I don't know if you can see that shift happening. We're going to try it. I'm just going to see if it makes any difference. Oh yeah. Okay, that's pretty too. I bet that would be gorgeous. Oh my gosh, over like just a matte shadow. That's really pretty. That makes me happy. I think that's so, so pretty. Lower lash line. Ooh, do I want to continue with the green or do I want to make myself look like Christmas? That is the question, isn't it? I think what we're going to do is actually just go in with this brown shade here. I know, brown. I never use brown, but we're going to go for it. I'm going to pick that up on this. Do I want to use this? No, I don't think I want to use that. I think I want to use a pencil brush. I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics number 9 pencil brush, and I am just going to smudge it here along my lower lash line. I don't know if I like that. I think we're going to go ahead and add some of that green. So I'm going to pick up some of that darkest green just on the same brush, and we are going to add that as well. Just on the outer portion here. And then taking this Morphe M506 brush, I'm going to pick up that lighter green, and I am just going to blend it across the entire lower lash line. So here is where the eye look is so far. I'm actually really liking it. Again, the mattes I'm still iffy on. Hard to say about that brown. It did go down pretty easily, but it is hard to mess up a brown. So, and that darker green worked really well. The lighter green, I had to work a little bit for it. Let's go ahead and add an inner corner highlight. So for my inner corner, I'm going to try this really interesting kind of marbled shade right here. It's like a mixture of like yellow and pink and blue and green and white. I mean, it is really interesting. If it will focus, I don't know if you can see that. It's really cool looking. So I'm going to pick that up on this Luxie mini flat angled brush. This one seemed a little bit more satiny in my swatches, but we shall see here. Okay, it's bright enough, definitely. That's really pretty. That's a really pretty shade as well. I like that. It's way brighter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more satin, so that makes me happy. All right, let's see. I do want to go ahead and let's add the lipstick now, and then I'll come back. I'll go put my eyeliner on and my mascara, and then I'll show you everything all together. So here again is the lipstick, and I am just sad about wrecking how beautiful it is, because I have never seen a lipstick that is this pretty. Oh my gosh, it is so lovely. So I already do have a lip pencil on because I always like to apply a bullet over a lip pencil. This is the shade Rosewood from Bodyography. So I'm just going to see how this applies. Let's see. I'm terrible at applying lipstick on camera and talking, so I'm probably just going to speed through this. That's a pretty shade. I really like it. It feels fairly comfortable on the lips. It might feel a little bit heavy, but it does feel okay. It does have a strange smell though. It smells a little bit like, well, I guess it smells like lipstick. I mean, oh. It smells a little plasticky, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So there's that. And now it's not cute anymore. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and apply my liner and some mascara. I may try to add a wing, although I don't want to mess it up. I'm the worst with wings. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will be back to show you guys everything all together. So here is the final look. Okay, so here is everything all together, and I have to say I really do love this eye look that I came up with today. I think it's really pretty. Yes, it was basically, you know, not super artistic or anything like that. I just took the greens and ran with them, but I am really happy with the way it looks. I love this shade here. This is absolutely stunning. So basically what they did was take a metallic shade and then throw some glitter in it. And yeah, it's gorgeous. If you don't like to wear glitter on your eye, you might not love it, but I don't see anywhere that says that this is not eye safe, so I'm going with it. As far as these greens that I used, this one actually blended out really nicely. This one I did have a little trouble with, and but once I picked it up on that natural hairbrush, it worked better. As far as the brown, I didn't use it enough to get a true sense of it. It did go on well. It didn't like stick in any strange places. It just kind of, you know, glided on. It is difficult to mess up a brown. It is. I would expect a brown to perform well. I can't speak to any of the other mattes in this palette because I didn't use them. This shade is so cool. I think it just added that little extra bit of dimension on top of this one here. I think it's beautiful. And this one is just so interesting, that swirl of different colors there. And it really is really nice on the inner corner. It's just that really kind of nice glowy look. So I'm really impressed with that one as well. I will be interested to play with this some more and form my final thoughts on it. Let me know down below if you want to see more looks with this palette or if you're not interested, because if you're not interested, I'll just play with it on my own time and let you guys know in like a palette ranking video or something my thoughts on this palette. As far as the lipstick goes, when I first put it on, it felt initially like very heavy. But now that it's had a few minutes to kind of sink in and warm up to my skin, it does feel very comfortable. I don't feel, it doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel tacky, and it definitely doesn't feel drying. It actually feels very, very moisturizing, which I like in a lipstick, especially in a bullet lipstick. I hate, and I know you've heard me say this before, I hate to have my lips feel dry and like they are in need of a drink of water. So this does not do this. It is very comfortable, and the shade I think is absolutely beautiful. It's just my kind of like a nude shade. I love it. As far as the powder, I don't really have much to say about the powder other than the packaging is cute. I can't really form an opinion on a powder the first time I use it. I wasn't blown away by this powder. I don't feel like my skin feels like extra silky. I don't feel like my pores were blurred or anything like that with this powder. So, I mean, it's a powder. I don't love puff application in general, just because, like I said, these things pick up all the oil that lives in my skin and then just deposit it into the powder and mess it up. So I don't love these, but I mean, I don't know. Again, this packaging though, so pretty. I love it. As for the highlight again, packaging is everything. I love this packaging. It is so gosh darn cute. I mean, that little Cupid just drives me nuts. He's so adorable. But I mean, the product itself is fine. I'm not over over the moon with it. I'm not mind blown by it or anything like that. It's fine. It gives you that kind of softer, natural, kind of lit from within kind of glow. It's not like a blinding highlight. If you like those kinds of highlights, you might like this. So if you can pick it up either on their Amazon site or on their AliExpress site, and I wouldn't say don't do it, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just not my kind of formula as far as highlights go. So I think that's everything. That's all I have to say about the things that I tried from ZeeSea today. Again, I'm a little confused about why they sell things the way they do with putting them on the website and then taking them off the website. Like currently the only things on the website are their Picasso collection, it looks like. So that's it. That's the only thing they have there. So I'm not quite sure why they do that. I think it's weird. I don't know. Anyhow, I think I'm going to go because I'm at that point where I start to ramble. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like down below. And of course, if you aren't already, scooch on over, hit subscribe. Next to subscribe is that bell. If you ring that bell, you should be notified of all of my uploads. And you can also find me on Instagram at @SeeMyBliss_beauty. If you leave your house today, please remember to wear a mask. Please wash your hands, be kind to your friends, be kind to your neighbors, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.